Hello everyone, this is Aryan Thakkar, your coach and mentor, and welcome back to my YouTube channel on Aryan Tutorials. And for this video, I'll be taking up the line by line and word by word explanation of the poem Tithonus. Now, मैंने देखा कि बहुत सारे बच्चे इस कॉम्प्लेक्स पोएम के साथ प्रॉब्लम डिफिकल्टी फेस कर रहे हैं. डोंट वरी, I've got you covered. मैं आपको बहुत डिटेल में एंड एट द सेम टाइम समराइज वर्जन में पूरा पोएम समझा दूंगा कि what is this poem actually talking about. ठीक है, सो चलो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड. सबसे पहले टिथनस कौन है? टिथनस इट्स बेसिकली एन एक्सर्प्ट. एक्सर्प्ट का मतलब क्या होता है कि अ पीस ऑफ राइटिंग विच इज बोरोड फ्रॉम समवेयर. ठीक है, सो दिस piece of poem by Alfred Lord Tennyson is borrowed from a Greek mythology where Tithonus was a Trojan prince of Troy, and he was a son to the king Laomedon. ठीक है, what happens is that the goddess of dawn, whose name is Aurora, that is Eos, E-O-S, she falls in love with Tithonus, and Tithonus too falls in love with her. And since she was godded, she would have remained eternal forever. Like वो तो कभी मर नहीं सकती है. तो इसी चीज में कि टिथनस भी उसके साथ हमेशा के लिए रह पाए बोल के ही आस्क्स फॉर अ बून, यानी वो वरदान मांगता है ईओस से कि मुझे भी अमरता का वरदान दे दो. एंड हड़बड़ी में टिथनस अमरता के वरदान के साथ साथ इटर्नल यूथ का के दैट ही रिमेन्स यंग फॉरएवर इसका वरदान मांगना भूल जाता है. As a result of which, as the time passes by, Tithonus withers away. Withers away means he starts to get older and older, and he starts to become more and more crippled. जिसकी वजह से now he is longing and desiring to get free from this once seeming boon, जो कि उसको एक वरदान लग रहा था, आज वही वरदान उसके लिए एक अभिश्राप बन गया है एंड वो उसमें से फ्री होना चाहता है. सो दैट इज व्हाट दिस पोएम ट्राइज टू कैप्चर. Now, first of all, you all need to know that indeed there is a physical setting where Tithonus is residing, where he is at the threshold of the east. ठीक है, he is residing in the edge of the world, which is called the threshold of the east. Threshold यानी जो दरवाजा के वहां पे जो चौखट होता है हम लोग बोलते हैं उसको थ्रेशोल्ड बोलते हैं. तो वो वहां रिसाइड करता है जहां पे गॉडेस ईओस शी डिसेंड्स फ्रॉम देयर, यानी जहां से सूर्य उदय होता है, डॉन होता है, सुबह का समय को डॉन बोलते हैं. तो टिथनस वहां रिसाइड करता है एंड वहां पे व्हेन ही सीज एवरीथिंग अराउंड हिम, ही सीज दैट थिंग्स आर ओवर द स्पैन ऑफ टाइम डाइंग, but it is him who has to perpetually stay alive, means continuously stay alive, and he laments yani he feels pity for himself at his plight, at his condition, and he yearns, that is he desires to get free, to be free. That is what this poem entirely tries to capture. तो एक तो physical setting भी है, that is the threshold of the east. At the same time, on a deeper level, the poem is trying to explore the mental setting, that is the mental landscape, the emotional landscape of Tithonus as a character. इसका थोड़ा सा उल्लेख अगर हम लोग बोले तो हमारे हिंदू मिथोलॉजी महाभारत से भी समवेयर मिलता है, जहां पे अश्वत्थामा को भी अमरता का वरदान मिला था जब उसने उत्तरा के गर्भ पे ब्रह्मास्त्र का प्रयोग किया था. टू विच श्री कृष्णा टोल्ड हिम टू टेक बैक द ब्रह्मास्त्र, विच ही डिड नॉट, एंड ही सेड दैट आई डू नॉट फियर डेथ, फॉर विच ही वाज कर्स्ड दैट यू शैल नेवर डाई टिल द अल्टीमेट एंड ऑफ द एंटायर युग. जब तक पूरा चिरकाल रहेगा, मतलब जब तक कि कलयुग खत्म नहीं होगा, तुम दर बदर भटकते रहोगे. एंड बड़ा फैसिनेटिंग लगता है कि अगर हमें अमरता का वरदान मिल जाए, इट लुक्स वेरी नाइस, बट जस्ट इमेजिन वन थिंग दैट इफ यू गेट दी बोन ऑफ इमोर्टैलिटी, यानी कि आप कभी अगर ना मर पाओ, कभी आप ये सोचे हो कि आपके जो आसपास के लोग हैं विथ द स्पैन ऑफ टाइम, विद ड्यूरिंग द कोर्स ऑफ टाइम, दे ऑल विल डाई. लोग तो मर जाएंगे लेकिन आप अकेले ही छूट जाएंगे. एंड ऑलरेडी हमारे वर्ल्ड में इतना मिजरी है, आप यू विल बी अ टेस्टिमनी टू ऑल दोज मिजरीज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड जब घोर कलयुग चढ़ेगा. सो दिस साउंड्स वेरी फैसिनेटिंग कि इटर्नल इमोर्टैलिटी इज वेरी गुड, बट एक्चुअली it's not. It's actually a curse, which turns out a curse to Tithonus, and he realizes it later, and then he desires eventually to die. Okay, that is what the poem tries to capture. So चलो शुरू करते हैं. सबसे पहले Tithonus is a handsome Trojan prince, and right now at present he has become feebler. These are the keywords which you can use. Feebler means he has grown to be more weak. He has become older and at the same time withered. Withered means he has become an aging being, where physically he is rotting and physically he is decaying over the course of time. ठीक है? Let's get into the text now. The woods decay and fall. The vapors weep their burden to the ground. Man comes and tills the field and lies beneath, and after many a summer dies the swan. Me only cruel immortality consumes. So, first of all, that Tithonus, where he is residing, he is seeing all the natural things which are meeting their ultimate due course of end. कि हर चीजें जो उसके आसपास जितनी भी लिविंग थिंग्स है वो ओवर द स्पैन ऑफ टाइम आके रुक जाती है, मर जाती है. So the woods decay. So he sees the impermanence of all the mortal living creatures, that all the mortal things, they eventually meet their perish. So woods are decaying, the trees are dying and they are falling, and the vapors weep their burden to the ground, and he sees that his atmosphere where he is residing is a bit misty. And when it becomes way too much of misty, यानी कि जब एटमॉस्फेयर में बहुत ज्यादा मॉइस्चर होता है तो आपका एटमॉस्फेयर उस मॉइस्चर को संभाल नहीं पाता है, एंड इट फॉल्स डाउन ऑन अर्थ लाइक ड्रॉपलेट्स. सो हर किसी का एंड आ रहा है, एंड सिंबॉलिकली सेकेंड लाइन ये भी कन्वे करना चाहता है दैट इट सीम्स दैट नेचर इज क्राइंग एट द प्लाइट ऑफ Tithonus, एट द कंडीशन ऑफ Tithonus. ठीक है? At the same time, he gives a general statement about human race, that man comes means man takes birth, tills the field मतलब leads their life. जो उनका काम होता है, हम लोग इस धरती पे आते हैं, हम अपना कर्म करते हैं, अपना समय पूरा करते हैं, and lies beneath, and we meet our ultimate perish, our ultimate death, which is a reality of a mortal living creature, mortal living being. And after many a summer dies the swan. Now, swan, those who are considered to be such majestic creatures, such magnificent creatures, and even they after many a summer means swan, they also lead a prolonged life, and after having lived that prolonged life, even summer, after so many summer, the swan also dies, and they are so beautiful creatures कि शायद swan को भी कोई मरते हुए देखना नहीं चाहेगा, but still they are also a part of natural cycle of life and death, and they too die. But it is me, yani he talks about himself that it is me, it is I to whom this cruel immortality. Now he thought that immortality will sound really well, but actually it's turned out to be inverse of what he had thought. So that is why he says that cruel immortality, he considers mortality to be that of cursed, immortality to be that of cursed. ठीक है? Consumes means it is withering him away, it is aging him more and more. I wither slowly in thine arms, here at the quiet limit of the world, a white-haired shadow roaming like a dream, the ever-silent spaces of the east, far-folded mist and gleaming halls of morn. So वो बोलता है that, and after having been granted this boon of immortality, I am withering away slowly with the due course of time. Means I am becoming more and more maimed, I am becoming more and more aged, and I am decaying more and more physically. I am deteriorating, and this condition of mine is also mentally affecting me. So he is sad and he is mournful about his plight, about his condition. P-L-I-G-H-T, plight. Use this in your answer. ठीक है? And I am resided here at the quiet limit of the world. Quiet limit of the world means he is talking about the edge of the world, where he is residing in the thresholds of the east, from where Eos descends, from where the dawn breaks in the morning. ठीक है? And right now, today, I am a white-haired shadow. He is become a ghostly like a figure, who is roaming like a dream, who's roaming like a nightmare. जो कि एक भयानक सपने जैसा हूं मैं देखने में, क्योंकि हमने बहुत सारे वीडियोस में भी देखा होगा जब अश्वत्थामा का बात होता है, उसके यहां से मणि खींच लिया गया था, श्री कृष्ण ने मणि खींच लिया एंड 24 घंटा उसके सर से रक्त और पीप बहते रहता है एंड ही इज वेरी ड्रेडिंग टू लुक एट, ठीक है, कि कोई भी उनको देख के डर जाएगा अश्वत्थामा को. सो दैट इज व्हाट ही इज ट्राइंग टू कन्वे. आई होप आपको वो सिंक बैठ रहा है मैं क्या बोलना चाह रहा हूं. So I am a white-haired shadow. I am an old. I am very dull to look at, very sullen to look at, ghostly like a nightmare, who is resided here in the ever silent spaces of the east. मतलब he is nestled at the residence of goddess Eos, which remains ever silent. कि कोई नहीं है. He has no one around him to talk to. From where there rises far folded mists, and from where your dawn breaks. The gleaming halls of morn means कि जब सूर्य उदय होता है तो उस टाइम पे जो आपका there is a tint, there is a hue of yellowish and goldenish, orangish color sky, and it glimmers. Glimmers means it shines. वहां पे मैं east direction में reside कर रहा हूं, ठीक है. That is where I am resided. And then he laments, he moans at his own condition, saying that alas, ठीक है, he is regretful, he is remorseful, alas, for this gray shadow once a man. So what a man I was, that is what he is wondering, कि alas, क्या था मैं उस समय पे. That this gray man, this dull man that I am today was once a man. मैं जब पुराने अपने दिनों में जैसा था, I was so glorious in his beauty. Means the old Tithonus was full of vitality, vigor, and vibrancy. He was so handsome and chiseled to look at. So whom was so glorious in his beauty and was thy choice. He is reminiscing, he is recalling that I was so full of my youthhood and vitality that I was the chosen one whom you chose, that is whom Eos chose as her beloved. ठीक है, who madest him thy chosen, and I was so full of vitality that I was the chosen one as your lover. And when you chose me as a lover, I felt that he seemed, who is he? He is Tithonus himself over here. That he seemed, he's talking about the old Tithonus, that he felt as if he is no less than a god. To his great heart, he felt in his own eyes no less than a god. And when the old Tithonus, this I he is talking about, when the old me, जब उन पुराने दिनों में, I asked you, give me immortality, means grant me the boon. Grant me the boon of immortality. Then didst thou grant me, asking with a smile, and then you granted me that immortality with a smile, without even asking that why do you want it. As if you were, he compares Eos to that of a wealthy man. Like rich people, they donate whatever riches they have and they do not care how much they give. So तुमने मुझे इमोर्टैलिटी का वरदान तो दे दिया बिना कुछ सोचे उस टाइम पे, बट उस टाइम पे मैंने भी नहीं सोचा और तुमने भी नहीं सोचा कि शायद आज मेरा कंडीशन कुछ ऐसा हो जाएगा दैट मैं मौत का भीख मांगूंगा लेकिन मुझे मौत आएगी नहीं. ठीक है. सो लाइक अ वेल्दी मैन हु केयर नॉट हाउ दे गिव, बट thy strong hours, I agree that you indeed granted me the boon of immortality, but thy strong hours, I don't think so कि आपके टीचर्स ने आपको ये बताया होगा. स्ट्रॉन्ग आर इज नंबर वन पैसेज ऑफ टाइम, जो समय बहता रह रहा है. एट द सेम टाइम दे आर द अदर गॉडेसेस, दैट इज द गॉडेसेस ऑफ टाइम. ऐसा जब मैंने थोड़ा डीप रिसर्च किया तो मुझे पता चला कि जो गॉडेसेस ऑफ टाइम है वो टिथनस एंड इयोस एज अ कपल से इतना जलती थी कि अपने जेलसी में उन्होंने टिथनस को एक एजेड बीइंग बना के छोड़ दिया and they left him shriveled, they left him emaciated. Emaciated means growing weak with the passage of time, with the due course of time. So ये strong are basically दूसरी goddesses है, that is the passage of time. They were so indignant. Indignant का मतलब होता है they were so annoyed. They were so annoyed by us as a couple that they worked their wills. They worked as per their own desires. उन्होंने अपनी मनमर्जी की हमारे ऊपर, and they beat me down, marred me and wasted me. So all three means the same thing. Beat, marred and wasted means they ruined me, they scarred me forever and they injured me forever. ठीक है? And they left me in my body to reside by my own aging self, my own aging body, my own decaying body. And this has left a indelible scar, a permanent scar onto my mind. And though they, who are they, the strong hours, the other goddesses of time or the passage of time, they could not end me, वो मुझे मार तो नहीं पाई, but they left me maimed. Maimed means they left me scarred. ठीक है, they left me permanently scarred forever. And they left me to dwell. Dwell means to reside. कि मैं रहूं हमेशा in the presence of immortal youth. Who is immortal youth? Basically, Eos is also immortal since she is a goddess, but she is perpetually youthful. That means वो हमेशा beautiful रहेंगी and जवान रहेंगी. At the same time, I have become an immortal age. He's talking about himself, that Tithonus, after having been granted that boon of immortality, he is an immortal age means he is an aged being. So your strong hours left me to reside with you, where you are the immortal youth and I am the immortal age beside immortal youth. So he's trying to draw out a sharp contrast between his withering state with that of Eos's perpetual beauty. ठीक है? And after that, when I got to know that you will forever remain beautiful and I have to perpetually age, I was in ashes. All the hopes were shattered. I was done for in life. Now he questions Eos. वो Eos से सवाल पूछ रहा है, can thy love, can your love, your beauty make amend, means can it compensate जो मेरा नुकसान हुआ है, क्या उसका भरपाई कर सकता है तुम्हारा सुंदरता, तुम्हारा प्यार? Though even now close over us the silver star thy guide. Now ये लाइन अक्सर टीचर्स लोग समझा नहीं पाते, मैं आपको बताता हूं कि क्या है. Though even now close over us the silver star thy guide shines in those tremulous eyes that fill with tears. To hear me, let me go. Take back thy gift. Why should a man desire in any way to vary from the kindly race of men or pass beyond the goal of ordinance, where all should pause is as most meet for all? Now ये दो लाइन का मतलब क्या है, ध्यान से समझिएगा, ठीक है? Though even now, क्या अभी भी, right now, close over us. So basically Tithonus and Eos, they are residing on the thresholds of east, जहां से Eos is to descend. तो जब Eos आके Tithonus को फेस टू फेस कन्फ्रंट कर रही है, उसके सामने खड़ी है, between them there is a silver star and that silver star is Venus, and that Venus is Eos's companion. And वो सिल्वर स्टार जो शाइन कर रहा है, वो Eos की आंख में उसका चमक दिख रहा है Tithonus को, एंड जब उसके आंख में वो रेडियंस दिख रहा है वीनस का, सिल्वर स्टार का, Eos के आंख में ऑलरेडी बहुत आंसू है एंड वो आंसू को और उभार के लेके आ रहा है. So now you understand that even now close over us your silver star, that is the morning star, which is supposed to be closest to the sun. sun के बगल में हमेशा एक the most shining सितारा रहता ही है. So which is your companion, your guide, that is shining in those means it is shining in Eos's. Those means it is shining in Eos's tremulous eyes. Eos's tremulous means unsteady and shaky, trembling eyes, and that is right now filled with tears. And when he sees Goddess Eos crying, Tithonus comes to realize that his hopes are shattered. What he desires is freedom, he desires liberty from his body, but Eos's tears convey that again, this time she just cannot free him of this curse. Okay? So that is why he questions Eos, saying that, to hear me, do you hear me? Let me go. Please release me. Take back your gift. Take back your boon. And then he questions to himself, he introspects, asking himself कि क्यों आखिरकार, why should a man desire, why should a man want something in any way to vary from the kindly race of men, कि आखिर क्यों ही एक आदमी जो कि कुदरत ने हमारे लिए कुछ नियम, nature has decided some pre-decided course of laws, ठीक है, nature has formed some pre-decided laws of nature, that is a mortal being when it takes birth on earth, it has to eventually die. So why should a man should try to surpass that pre-decided laws of nature, that goal of ordinance? Goal of ordinance का मतलब है the natural order of things, that things should be as they are. क्यों ही कोई इंसान को उसको सरपास करना चाहेगा, जो कि now he comes to realize that to the kindly race of men means to the gentle race of men, that God has done good only for the human beings, that after a point of time they die. क्योंकि अगर हम हमेशा के लिए जिंदा रहेंगे, the natural things will start disrupting, चीजें खराब होनी शुरू हो जाएगी. He has come to realize this fact. ठीक है? So why should a human race try to surpass the goal of ordinance, that is try to inverse the natural things of orders, where he comes to realize, where he says that all should pause, means everyone should die or come to halt, come to cease or stop, is the most meet, means is the most appropriate for all. ये सही ही है लोगों के लिए कि लोग एक समय के बाद चले जाए तो ही बेटर होता है. ठीक है? Then he says, again he comes back to his present scenario, and Tithonus is like, वो ऊपर आसमान में देखते हुए बोलता है कि a soft air fans the cloud apart, उसे आसमान दिख रहा है, and he's talking the gentle breeze which separates the cloud and it makes the dark universe visible to him. He says that there comes a glimpse of that dark world, वहीं से अंधेरा मुझे दिखाई देता है. It was a place where I was born. Now, when I read it, I perceived it in two senses. First of all, the dark world that he's talking about, number one, could be the mother's womb. Because when as a child we are inside our mother's womb, it is like that dark chamber. We are enclosed in that dark chamber and then we come to light and then again we resort back to darkness, number one. Or number two, symbolically, it could be, metaphorically, it could be that वो Eos के बारे में बोल रहा है, that until Eos had stepped into my life, I was in extreme darkness. And then when she came, she spreaded warmth, light and vitality into my life. ठीक है? So he is talking about those days, उन पुराने दिन के बारे में. So it is, there is a dark world. जब आसमान से बादल छटते, वहां पे जो dark world हमें dark universe दिखाई देता है, मैं वहीं पे पैदा हुआ था. And once more the old mysterious glimmer steals from thy pure brows and from thy shoulder pures and bosom beating with a heart renewed. Thy cheek begins to redden through the gloom, the sweet eyes brighten slowly close to mine, ere yet they blind the stars, the wild team which love thee yearning for thy yoke arise and shake the darkness from their loosened manes and beat the twilight into flakes of fire. ठीक है? अब इस पूरे लाइन को, देयर इज अ विजुअल इमेजरी इन दिस पर्टिकुलर स्टैंजा, एंड इसको समझने के लिए मैं आपको सबसे अच्छा रेफरेंस देता हूं. मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में नीचे जरूर बताइएगा कि आप लोगों ने कितने जन ने ब्रह्मास्त्र मूवी देखा है. वहां पे आपको याद है कि रणवीर कपूर था, ही वॉज द अग्नि अस्त्र, द फायर अस्त्र, एंड उसकी बिलवेड ईशा, राइट? सो आपने ये ऑब्जर्व किया होगा कि ईशा जब भी रणवीर के, दैट इज शिवा के क्लोज प्रॉक्सिमिटी में आती थी ब्रह्मास्त्र मूवी में, तो ऑटोमेटिकली उसका अग्नि अस्त्र चलने लग जाता था, राइट? कुछ उस टाइप का ही इमेजरी यहां पे बनने का कोशिश किया है कि जब भी ईओस डिसेंड्स, शी वुड कम, he is associating this entire paragraph with that of Eos's beauty. So he would say that whenever Eos would descend, उसका एक अलग ही glimmer, एक अलग ही mysterious shine होता है जो कि चुरा लेता है, that takes away my comfort. So basically the adrenal which you feel when you see your beloved, think like that. Your beloved, your partner, when that partner is in close proximity to you, with you, you feel that giddy sort of a feeling. That is what Tithonus is trying to convey over here. And she would steal away from thy pure brows. Matlab, when he looks at Eos's eyebrows and from the shoulders pure, जब वो उसका पूरा physical structure देखता है, it makes his heart beat with a renewed heart. Means he would become full of passion, love, and more enthusiasm after having seen Eos. That is what he says. And then he talks about that जब Eos Tithonus को देखती है, तो out of her deep-rooted love for Tithonus, her cheeks, your cheeks, thy means your, cheeks starts to redden. She starts to blush through the gloom. Through the gloom means through the darkness, the sadness which is there. And then your sweet eyes brighten slowly close to mine. So your brightly lit eyes comes in close physical proximity, means मेरे एकदम पास आके वो और brighten up हो जाता है. She is full of more love and warmth on seeing her beloved, that is Tithonus. ठीक है? And before he talks about कि इससे पहले, before, your eyes blind the stars. Now why blind the stars? Since Eos is the goddess of dawn, when she would descend, automatically the darkness would turn into the daylight. Correct? So when she would come, before she blinds the star means कि अंधेरा से जब, इससे पहले कि वो उजाला कर दे, क्योंकि सितारे हमें सिर्फ अंधेरे में दिखाई देते हैं, एंड जब सुबह हो जाता है तो उसमें हमें सितारे नहीं दिखाई देंगे. So before she blinds the star and the wild team. Now who is the wild team? Wild team is basically the chariot of goddess Eos. जो घोड़े हैं उनके, the horses are the companion, are the chariot from where Eos descends. ठीक है? From the eastward, thresholds of the east. And the wild team which love thee, who love you and desire for thy yoke, means they desire for your instruction, कि तुम्हारे जो कंपेनियन है, तुम्हारे जो घोड़े हैं, वो तुम्हारे इंस्ट्रक्शन का वेट करते हैं, एंड जैसे ही यू इंस्ट्रक्ट देम, दे अराइज, दे गेट रेडी एंड दे शेक द डार्कनेस फ्रॉम देयर लूजेंड मेन्स. मेन्स क्या होता है कि हॉर्सेस का जो बाल वाला हिस्सा होता है उसको मेन्स बोलते हैं. तुम्हारे इंस्ट्रक्शन पे वो तुमसे, तुम्हारे घोड़े इतना प्यार करते, दे लव यू सो मच दैट अपॉन योर इंस्ट्रक्शन दे जस्ट शेक ऑफ देयर मेन्स, एंड उनके मेन्स से फ्लेक्स प्रोड्यूस होता है, मीन्स फायर प्रोड्यूस होता है, एंड वो फायर टर्न्स इनटू द डे लाइट, मीन्स इट प्रोड्यूसेस द डे, बेसिकली इट ब्रेक्स द डॉन, यानी कि सूर्य उदय होता है उससे. ठीक है? सो इट्स अ ब्यूटिफुल विजुअल इमेजरी कि वो बोलना चाह रहा है कि जब इयोस आती है, अपने चैरियट से उतरती है, एंड जो इयोस के घोड़े होते हैं उनका इंतजार करते हैं, इयोस के इंस्ट्रक्शन पे वो अपना मेन हिलाते हैं, मेन्स यानी अपना बाल हिलाते हैं, जिससे कि फ्लेकी फायर्स प्रोड्यूस होता है, दैट लीड्स टू अ ब्रेकिंग ऑफ डॉन. सूर्य उदय उससे होता है. ठीक है? And beat the twilight into the flakes of fires means it leads to the breaking of dawn. But all these beautiful imagery that he is recalling, कि पहले उसको जो ये सारी चीजें इतनी पसंद थी उसके बारे में, at the present moment it brings no comfort to him. ठीक है? It's not helping him to get over his present condition. Low means it's like, oof. Ever thus thou growest beautiful means over the course of time, with each passing morning, with each passing morn, with each new dawn that will break, you will tend to grow more and more beautiful. In silence then before thine answer given departest, and thy tears are on my cheek. So you perpetually remain youthful and beautiful, and I am here in silence. You come in silence and you go in silence. And before giving your answer, what answer is Tithonus seeking for? That whether this time I'll be released or not. But before giving me that answer, you depart, you leave, and thy tears are on my cheek. And there is a tear drop. तुम रोती हो मुझे देख के, and तुम्हारे आंसू मेरे cheeks पे गिर के बिना मुझे कोई जवाब दिए तुम हर बार की तरह इस बार भी चली जाती हो. ठीक है, you go away. Will thou, why wilt thou ever scare me with thy tears and make the tremble lest a saying learnt, and make me tremble lest a saying learnt in days far off on that dark earth be true. The God themselves cannot recall their gift. So he's like, it is that kind of a situation that when you are undergoing a difficult time of your life, maybe you have lost your close ones, उस टाइम पे you don't want anyone to come and give you sympathy. रो के अपना sympathy दिखाने आपको वैसे लोग नहीं पसंद आते हैं, क्योंकि it aggravates your emotions even more, furthermore. So that is what he's saying, that why will you look at my condition and shred a tear onto my cheeks and try to scare me with that? I am not seeking for your tears. All I want is the answer. That means, can you release me or not? So don't try to scare me with your tears and make me tremble. And make me tremble means कि मैं डरता हूं हर बार तुम्हें देख के, मैं कांप उठता हूं ये सोच के, तुम्हारे आंसुओं को देख के. और मुझे एक कहावत याद आता है. It reminds me of a saying learned. एक पुरानी बात, एक पुरानी कहावत मुझे याद आती है. In the days far off, which is lost in the days far off, maybe back in time, on the dark earth be true. And from this line, on the dark earth, we indeed get to know that he is not resided on earth. He is in the threshold. He is somewhere, in a mythical place. ठीक है? Be true that even भगवान भी अपना gifts वापस नहीं ले सकते. That means when a boon is granted, even God cannot take it back. When a curse is granted, God cannot take it back. आपने बहुत सारे हिंदू मिथोलॉजिकल सीरियल देखे होंगे जिसमें भगवान ने एक बार जो वरदान दे दिया या जो श्राप दे दिया, ऋषि मुनियों ने दे दिया, वो उन्हें वापस नहीं ले सकते हैं. तो यही चीज उसे बहुत बुरा फील कराता है एंड मेक्स हिम ड्राउन इनटू मोर एंड मोर सॉरो. ठीक है, इन अ पिटिफुल स्टेट. गॉट इट? चलिए नेक्स्ट. ए मी, pity me, with what another heart in days far off, and with what other eyes I used to watch. If I be he that watched. Now wait, पहले यहां तक समझाते हैं. At present he is pitying himself, he is regretting for his current situation, for his current plight, the condition that he has undergone now. And he talks about the old himself, the old Tithonus, that is, with what another heart means क्या अलग था मैं, क्या vitality था, क्या vigorous था, क्या majestic था मैं as a person in days far off. That means I am lost in the old days. In the olden days I have lost my old self. And with what other eye? That means he talks about a different perspective of his when he used to look at Eos in the olden days. And with what other eyes I used to watch. मैं कितनी अलग नजरों से तुम्हें देखता था उन पुराने टाइम पे. And अगर आज, if today I be he, if I had been the old Tithonus, if I had been the old Tithonus that would look at you, then what would it be? कैसा होता? Now he's talking about कि पहले उसे कैसा फील होता था when he used to watch, when he used to look at his beloved, versus he comes back to his present condition. So he says that उन पुराने दिनों में the lucid outline forming round thee. Now see, whenever there is a God, एक गॉड का अपना एक ऑरा रहता है, राइट? एक अपना एक रेडियंस रहता है, अपना एक शाइन रहता है. सो दैट इज व्हाट ही टॉक्स अबाउट. ल्यूसिड मींस अ वेरी क्लियर, व्हिच इज वेरी क्लियरली visible. And outline he talks about the aura of that goddess जो उनके पीछे रहता है. आपने देखा होगा किसी भी भगवान के पीछे एक अलग ही चमक, कश्मकश होता है. एक, सॉरी, नॉट कश्मकश, दैट इज कंफ्यूजन. चमक होता है, forming round thee, which is enveloping you, which is with which you are surrounded by a different aura. And then I saw your dim curls, means your dark curls, kindle into sunny rings, means it would brighten into flaky light. उसमें से एक अलग ही चमक दिखाई देता. changed with thy mystic change, and then I would undergo a majestic sort of a change. Mystic means in your presence, even I would undergo a transformation, a physical transformation, and I would feel my blood, means his emotion, his passion, glow with the glow, means it would be in sync with that of Eos, that slowly crimsoned all, means that would slowly turn into a blushful state, कि हम दोनों एक दूसरे के प्यार में इतने ज्यादा घुले मिले होते that we would both blush at each we would both blush in each other's arms. Your presence and your portal, means your presence and the portal, the place from where Eos descends, while I lay where I am currently right now, it would make my mouth, forehead, my eyelids growing dewy warm. So आज मैं जहां पे हूं, तुम जब अप्रोच करती, since Eos is the goddess of dawn, she is associated with light. So under her presence, Eos would also undergo a natural warming up. There is basically कि जब भी आप अपने पार्टनर के साथ एक क्लोज प्रॉक्सिमिटी यानी इंटीमेसी में होते हो, your body naturally starts to warm up. You naturally starts to feel in sync with that warmth and love. That is what Tithonus says, that my mouth, my forehead, and my eyelids, even they would start growing dewy warm. They would also feel the warmth and passion of your love. And when we would exchange kisses, when we would kiss, it would feel even more soothing. Balmier means it would feel more soothing, means more calm than a half opening bud. Means जो एक नई कली खिलती है उससे भी ज्यादा soothing our kisses would feel like. Okay? And he's comparing that soothingness to that of April. April means it is associated with the season of spring, that is the season of renewal and the season of love. And when we would kiss, we would hear, I would hear your lips whisper something, that you would whisper something while kissing me. And even though I could not make out what you would say, what wild and sweet you would speak, so is it like your passion for me, or it is like your gentle love for me, which is making you speak those words, which was like a strange song I heard Apollo sing. So he's saying that when we would exchange kisses, you would murmur something, you would whisper something, and I would be oblivious of that fact. I would not be able to comprehend what you're saying, but still it would sound very pleasant and soothing to me. And he's comparing that soothness to that of the Apollo sing. Now, who's Apollo? Apollo is the Greek god of music. He would feel that as if the music is really pleasure to his ears. ठीक है? And it felt as if when Apollo would sing, the Ilion, it's a basically mythical city of Troy, which had vanished, ठीक है, which had rose. It is believed that वो उठ के कहीं खो गया था आसमान में. I would feel, he means to say I would feel on cloud 9 when you would kiss me. That is what he's trying to compare. So he is expressing his deep-rooted love, and this paragraph is trying to capture the physical intimacy and the emotions of old Tithonus when he would be in that close proximity with goddess Eos. ठीक है? How would it make him feel at that time? But again he comes back to his present condition where he says, yet hold me not forever in thine east. Please do not keep me captive. Hold me not means do not keep me captive. मुझे हमेशा अपने पास यहाँ पे बांध के मत रखो. In the threshold of east where you reside. How can my nature, means his present immortal age, where he is withering away, longer mix with thine, means with your immortal youth. He is saying कि कैसे मैं एक aged being हूं, that I am an immortal age, and how can it mix with your immortal youth? You continue to grow more and more beautiful with each morning, and I am withering away with the passage of time. And how can our nature, our condition can mix any longer, any further? And then he says that the love which I used to feel, but today when you appear, आज जब तुम आती हो, मुझे वो warmth, वो passion, वो vitality तुम्हारे लिए feel नहीं होता है. Whenever you come today, your cold are thy rosy shadows. Rosy means her pinky shadows. That means when she comes, he no longer feels the warmth and vitality. Rather, it makes Tithonus feel cold at her presence. And it bathed me cold. It numbs my emotion when I see you. It turns me pale and cold. It reminds me of my current situation, that what I have lost. And all thy lights, तुम्हारी जितनी भी चमक है, whatever radiance is yours, which is supposed to spread warmth and vitality, and cold my wrinkle field. यानी कि आज वो मेरे पैर को ठंडा कर देती है. आज मुझे उसमें से कुछ I don't feel any sort of comfort in your space. ठीक है? Once that you were comfort to me, you were my home. That same comfort has turned into a wreckage, has turned into a destruction for me today. I feel destroyed as a man. And upon thy glimmering thresholds, your shining threshold means the east, ठीक है? Where Eos reside and where Tithonus is at present. And upon that glimmering threshold, when the steam floats up from those dim field about the homes, means वहां पे धरती से नीचे जब मैं देखता हूं कि the steam flowing up, steam यानी कि जो भाप उठ रहा है लोगों के घर से, उसको जब मैं देखता हूं कि जो कि फील्ड से उठ के ऊपर आ रहा है, it reminds me of all those happy men. Now, why he says happy men? He regards men, that is all the mortal beings, as happy because they have the power to die, which Tithonus lacks. Tithonus does not have the privilege to surpass this dark world where he is trapped forever. So, it makes me think, it is like an imagery कि वो डार्कनेस में था, देन ईओस की वजह से वो लाइट में आया, उसने अपने अपने प्राइड में, अपने ब्यूटी के प्राइड में उस ईओस के साथ हमेशा रहने के लिए उसने एक वरदान मांग लिया. He asked for a boon of immortality, which was granted, and then again he was trapped into that darkness. So it is like darkness, light, and then darkness, from which he's perpetually gone captive into that darkness, and he cannot come out of it from that dark spectrum. ठीक है? So when I see those steam floating up, rising up from those dim field about the home, जहां पे इंसानों का घर है, it reminds me of all those happy men, of all those privileged men who have the power to die, and grassy barrows. Now, what is barrow? Barrow, it's like an uneven surface of land. जो bump होता है, basically जब किसी को हम लोग दफना देते हैं, तो it's not a very smooth and even sort of a surface. एक kind of a bumpy, land बन जाता है, उसको barrow बोलते हैं. And that reminds me of the happier dead. It reminds him of the grave. Now, this is a sharp contrast over here. We associate grave and death with something discomforting. कि जब लोग मर जाते हैं तो हमारे घर पे बहुत ज्यादा ऐसे मातम का माहौल छा जाता है. But then Tithonus acknowledges कि how happier are those people who have the power to die. Okay? So therefore, he desires, he pleads, he requests to Eos, release me, मुझे जाने दो, and restore me to ground, let me go back to ground. Basically, हम लोग मिट्टी से आए हैं और मिट्टी में मिल जाना है. So let me go back to ground, let me die. Thou seest all things. तुम तो एक देवी हो, तुम तो सब कुछ देखोगी हर सुबह. You will see everything, and so shall you see my grave as well. तुम मेरा grave भी देख लोगे. Thou will renew thy beauty morn by morn. You will continue to grow more and more beautiful with each passing morning. But I will be a forgotten past. Earth in earth means I will mix up. My dead body will mix up in earth and it will decay. Ultimately, it will compost over the span of time and I'll be a forgotten past in this empty court. ठीक है, मुझे भुला दिया जाएगा and that is what I crave for. And be returning on thy silver wheels and then तुम अपने chariot में वापस चली जाना. So his deep yearning, his deep desire to be released, that is what this poem tries to capture. The central essence of the poem is the aftermath, the repercussions, consequences of asking something or trying to pass the goal of ordinance. That means trying to surpass the pre-decided laws of universe. कि जो चीजें हमारे लिए बनाई गई हैं वो वैसी ही रहे तो ही ठीक है. अगर कोई इंसान उसको भेदने का कोशिश करे, उसको पार करने का कोशिश करे, it comes with repercussions, it comes with consequences, and that is what happens to Tithonus. I hope you would have understood my explanation, and if you are liking my video, then please do like, share, subscribe, and share it with your friends, and have a great time preparing for your examination. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.